people don't understand the connection between Māori and the environment and the importance of the landscape, the water, the sky, the forest, to the art forms. In order to understand the art form, you need to understand this landscape, which comprises the forest, the water, the environment here, and the histories that human beings have imbued into these places. And all of these landscapes are part of a tapestry of human connection with this landscape here, this natural environment. And art in turn grows out of these waterways, this bush around us, and the important tapu settlements that were part of this environment.
So this
book represents 23 years of work, sifting through images, gathering images, travelling the country with the photographers Mark Adams, Haruhiko Samishima, listening to local people, hearing their stories, gathering their thoughts, creating art, lots of painting, thinking, researching, photographing and developing the rich metaphor, the metaphor of the river. So what people are going to find in Māori art is poetry. They're going to find a poetic narrative. They're going to find a journey, the journey that the photographers and myself took to create these images of meeting houses around the country. Very important creative work that senior Māori artists have constructed within those dining halls and meeting houses. They're going to also find a narrative that involves an interaction with the global construct. They're going to find images that are going to confuse them, challenge them, excite them. You know, how does the Ghent altarpiece relate to a person trying to tell a story about Māori art? Or the funerary vessel of the famous pharaoh Khufu. You know, what's the relevance to Māori art? Or the Gokstad Viking vessel. You know, how does that relate to the work of a contemporary Māori artist like Ralph Hotiri and his Black Phoenix? Its style is not simply your orthodox art history. The reader is going to be challenged by the breadth of the panorama that's presented in Māori art, but also the detail, the historical tribal detail that's offered. So that's a very Catholic vision, you might say. It's very broad, very panoramic, but also very specific and very particular to the tribal whakapapa that I come from in the north of Aotearoa, Te Tai Tokerau. The river that we're talking about in Māori art is a river that flows not only from the tribal fountainhead, the matapuna of our marae sites, our ancestral kāinga all around Aotearoa, but also global sites, the south of China, Fujian, Guangzhou, Taiwan, Insular Asia, Papua New Guinea, Melanesia, and the more recent Hawaii, the Society Islands. You know, is it a carver from the 19th century or the late 18th century who represents the purity of an orthodox form, or is it a young artist that's being encouraged to show their work in Venice at the Biennale? Both of these parts of the river are important, but neither is important to the exclusion of the other. So there are lots of books that have come out, monographs on Māori artists, there have been retrospectives on Māori art that relate to exhibitions, but this book is probably unique in terms of the serious inquiry that is going into the philosophy, I suppose, of Māori art, what that actually means. So we're not simply just interested in Māori art as in the tribal art form, but the art form that is interfacing with the harbour of global change. Ngā mihi nui kia koutou. I think it's really important to say that I'm not the expert. I don't want to be the expert, and that is one of the criticisms in this book, I suppose, that certain people see themselves as experts on aspects of Māori art, and that's posed problems. There's an ebb and a flow to this ribbon. It both has to accept the flow from the matapuna, or the ancestral areas of the culture, but it also has to accept the change that comes in through the harbour mouth, through the wahapu. So, Māori art is an idea, not so much a form. It's the flow, not so much where that flow settles.